Hello, I'm Loews Negrón, and I am the chef here at Mingos. I was born and raised in Ponce, Puerto Rico. That's where they manufacture the Donkey Rum. Just to give you an idea, I was, a family of four. I was the youngest of the boys, and I had a lot of influence from European influence because of my father and my grandparents growing up in a small island like it is over there. Really enjoy the sports scenery. Always been a big fan of sports, and really enjoy the family time these days. I have two beautiful kids and a wife, so that's what I do. Kind of grew up in the Caribbean. After my teenage years, I moved to Fort Lauderdale to pursue a culinary career. I did so. I went to school, culinary school in Fort Lauderdale, and I worked in several places throughout South Florida area. I wasn't until the 2000 that I moved to New York, or prior to that, late 90s, that I moved to New York to work with some of the celebrity chefs out there. So I was able to, a good experience being exposed to the great culinary minds as John George and Douglas Rodriguez and some other chefs from that area that are very popular right now. I decided to become a chef. When I was a little boy, I would watch my grandmother cook, and I saw her influence, and it was very European. Her influence was, her cuisine was unique at the time. I think she was way ahead her time. When she would make different oils and the aromas would come out. It was very inspiring, so I thought that it was a unique skill. I also would come home from school and everybody would watch cartoons and many other things that interest at that age. I would watch Great Chefs of the World. And actually my favorite show was Yan Can Cook. It's Martin Yan. He's a professional chef, and I thought he made culinary, he was a master of what he did, and he made culinary very unique, very fun, and very respectful. It always inspired me to do different things. Also, he put a very light comic to it. His aprons will have different sayings every day. He will have multiple skill levels. I mean, he will create anything from a Peking duck, anything rustic, to a very unique and beautiful dish. So the inspiration was that you can never guess what he was making. Almost look at everything was unfinished until the last minute. He would put it all together, and I thought that was a quite unique skill. I could never really put my finger on it. However, I knew I was more than inspired by it. I couldn't wait to the next day so I can watch it again and learn what he was doing. So at a very small age, I was just watching those TV shows. I kind of knew, and I think this business is more about, you have to be born with it, or you got to have the passion and the heart for it. You can just be taught a palate. You cannot be taught the heart and the desire for it. I think it's more of our inspiration, and you need to have some sort of drive and again, and the willingness to it. And it's a very beautiful career. Obviously, it comes with a lot, but it is very, very beautiful. And that's how I got inspired by all those shows, especially Martin Yan. The show was called Yan Can Cook. And he always used a cleaver, a very unique set of skills with his hands. He was very charismatic. He was very funny. He did a lot of great recipes that I still try until this day. The best way to define myself, I like to keep a balance of everything. Chefs are artists. 100% is called Culinary Arts. There is a creativity side to it, and I think that's a God-given gift for sure. I think that's how I got into this business, with the creativity, looking into a shelf and looking into an empty table that nobody will think it's anything productive, and you can make a meal out of it. But not a meal, just a great meal. As far as what I think these days, what my balance is as a manager, as a chef, as a creator, an artist, I think at this point in my career, I have to be all of it. The job demands all of the above. So I do have to be creative when I do menus, more so for the clientele that we have. So I have to be creative, but with a certain, with a certain expectations that guests are going to be receptive to it. As far as managers, the management part of it, I need to manage a big budget and a big crew with several locations that we have, including a hotel right now and several hotels that will be opening. So not only do I not need to manage the restaurant, I need to manage the whole operation of the hotel, the banquet space, and so on. The artistic part of it and the interaction with the guests is the beautiful part of the business. Just to be able to make somebody smile, and not only smile, the pure gratitude and the pure respect out of the profession and the effort and everything, how the dish was designed, and that goes in hand with the artistic part. I think it's second to none. I think it's the best part of the job, and I think that's one of the things that draw me to this profession. So when I go home, I definitely have two beautiful kids, Mia and Liam, and a gorgeous wife, Liz. And I do like to make the meals, even though I work very long hours and I'm always in the run. I think they're entitled to a very nice meal. So I do cook for them as often as I can. And when I do, I prefer to do, because my kids are very small, I prefer to do comfort foods. Anything from handmade gnocchis with some pancetta and some vegetables. I think, my daughter's only 2 years old and my son is 5. So in order for me to kind of gain their interest, I have to put some recognizable foods that they can relate to. So that will be some items. I also do a lot of Caribbean cuisine because it's my heritage. A lot of Spaniard influence. I do prefer to do the handmade pastas and the Italian at home more than anything. But when it's time to kick it up, I do have a sous vide machine at home, and I play around with it, and I do have a good setup that I can get creative as well. When you come to Mingos, you should expect very clean flavors and only the utmost fresh ingredients, whether it's seafood or beef or any item that you get. Our theme is based on freshness and lively meals. So the menu was designed in a way that the flavors are layered, that is not only one-dimensional. There should be multi-dimensional. Also, there should be any items in there, anywhere from 350 calories to, if you get a tomahawk steak, over 800 calories. But there's a little bit for everybody. The one thing that we always talked about, and I try to inspire all my chefs and all my employees, is that we don't have a very unique menu. We're not trying to reinvent the wheel with the menu. We have recognizable items in there, crab cakes and so on and so forth. Very, common items. What makes us different is the execution of the product. And that is what we base our everyday motivation is to execute the products for Mingos the best way we can. So even though we have a crab cake and you can read the menu, however, our sauce is a yellow pepper remoulade with this is ají amarillo from Peru, and the way we sear it and the quality of the crab and the garnish of it with the grilled hearts of palm, and that is basically what we're trying to do here, is to create a menu that is based on those unique setting, unique ingredients and fresh ingredients. So the expectation for the guests is when they come in, they get value for price. Our prices are very competitive. The quality that you're looking for, and that creativity and that artistic feel to it as well. The most popular dishes at Mingos right now, it's a tomahawk steak. It's a 38-ounce beautiful ribeye steak. It's called a tomahawk. It's got a huge bone to it. I think that as far as the meats, it's a very good item for sharing. We got great reviews on it. Also the scallops. We have U8 scallops. U8 is the size of it, a fairly largest probably you can get in the market. And that has a sauteed shrimp, spicy mashed potatoes with it, beautiful seasonal vegetable succotash. And we finish it with a truffle butter. And that has been a very successful for us. And also, I think a signature item for Mingos, the number one selling, it's the sea bass. It's a pan-seared sea bass with a bacon ratatouille. So we take a traditional dish like a ratatouille. We just take the eggplant out of it. Now we incorporate pork, a smoked pork product, which is the bacon. And it just gives it a whole different dimension. Even though it's nice and hearty vegetables, it does have that great bacon flavor, which a lot of people enjoy. So with that and having a clean fish like the sea bass, very white, mellow fish, fatty but juicy, just a combination is incredible. So with that dish also comes with rhubarb, little poached rhubarb, the key lime and Chardonnay sauce, and also some oven-dried tomatoes. It's like a tomato chutney. It's phenomenal. It's a great dish. So I would say those three are the best ones.